Muted. Sound good? Okay, so like I said, we'll start with just a short PowerPoint presentation. We'll have a video, and then this is going to be really hands-on. I have a camera here where I'm going to go through my phone and show you exact ways how to prevent cyberbullying and how to keep yourself safe online. So with that, I'll go ahead and share my screen.
So Ms. Jamie, do you want to introduce yourself and talk about the Center for Disability Empowerment?
Sure. I was just going to go right into it, but that's an important part too. So my name is Jamie Larmer. I'm the Youth Transition Coordinator at the Center for Disability Empowerment. And I do a wide variety of things with youth, usually ages 14 to 24, but even that age range is kind of flexible. As an organization, we support all people of different ages with different disabilities. If you come through our doors virtually, of course, now, and say you have a disability and you need support of something, we are there to help you. I do independent living skills, so learning how to take the bus for yourself, learning how to manage money, learning how to open a bank account, simple meal preparations, everyday skills like that. I help you guys through my own personal experience as a young person having to learn how to do that on my own. And yep, that's a little bit of what I do. I'll turn it over to my coworker, Deb, if you want to give us some information about yourself.
Sure. My name is Deb, and I'm with the Center for Disability Empowerment as well. I am a transition coordinator. I help people with disabilities move out of nursing homes. But right now I am co-managing this grant that is from the Ohio Department of Developmental Disabilities. The grant is called the Ohio Family Network. There are 5 agencies in the state who've been given this grant, and it covers 17 counties. The main goals of it is to help families not only connect with their immediate community, but with each other, as well as resources in their community. But we at the Center for Disability Empowerment are all about independent living. So we want to empower the community to adopt a full inclusion mindset. We're trying to get away from special needs programming. Let's think all inclusive. So it's quite a process. The grant will run till the end of June of 2021. So this is part of the grant, learning about cyberbullying and how to protect ourselves. And the thing about cyberbullying is typical bullying is usually face-to-face, but cyberbullying is not. And so you do have some way to learn how to control who is talking to you or impacting your life when it comes to social media. So we felt it was really important for Jamie to present this topic. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to tell about an event that happened this morning and share with you how I try to handle it. And so we'll just take it from there. So thank you so much for joining us. And go ahead, Jamie, fire away.
Okay. Let's see here. Little typo there. So here is our presentation on cyberbullying. The few things that we are going to cover tonight. What is cyberbullying? We'll talk about different forms of cyberbullying. We'll talk about how to prevent unwanted interaction on social media. That is where I will be hands-on and go through the different social media apps. We're doing Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. If you guys would like me to go through another social media app, we can definitely do that. And then we'll talk about something that we are hosting tomorrow, which is our holiday party. We'll be having a virtual holiday party. So like I said, what is cyberbullying? By definition, it's the use of electronic communication to bully a person, typically by sending messages of an intimidating or threatening nature. This could be sending unwanted text messages or sending messages on Facebook, WhatsApp, all the different social media apps, TikTok, Snapchat, all of those with the intention of hurting someone. And then top 10 forms of cyberbullying. There's some here in this image that I have: harassment, catfishing, exclusion, outing, trolling, fraping, cyber stalking. And with this, we'll go ahead and watch just a short 3-minute video on the different forms of cyberbullying. Let's see here.
Top 10 forms of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a worldwide problem that's growing. Top 10 forms of cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a worldwide problem that's growing fast. In this video, we'll take you through the top 10 forms of cyberbullying so you have the knowledge to protect your children. 1. Exclusion. Exclusion can happen in several ways. Your child might be deliberately excluded from online activities, conversations, or social media tags. Children who don't have the latest technology, such as a mobile phone, are prone to exclusion. 2. Harassment. Harassment is sustained and intentional bullying, comprised of abusive or threatening messages sent to your child or to a group. This can severely affect a child's mental well-being. 3. Outing. Outing is the act of publicly humiliating a child or group through the online posting of private or embarrassing information without consent. Even reading your child's messages on their mobile phone out loud can be considered a form of outing. 4. Cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a dangerous form of cyberbullying in which attackers harass victims through online communications like email or social media. It also refers to adults using the internet to contact and meet young people for abusive purposes. 5. Fraping. Fraping is when someone logs into your child's social media account and impersonates them, posting inappropriate content in their name. Remember, everything rude or otherwise posted online may never be fully gone, even if deleted. 6. Fake profiles. Fake profiles can be created by someone to hide their real identity with the intention of cyberbullying your child. The cyberbully may also use someone else's email or mobile phone to harass them. 7. Dissing. Dissing is sending or posting cruel information about your child online to damage their reputation or friendships. It also includes posting damaging photos, screenshots, or videos online. 8. Trickery. Trickery involves gaining your child's trust so that secrets can be shared publicly online. A cyberbully will befriend your child, leading them into a false sense of security before sending their private information to others. 9. Trolling. Trolling means deliberately provoking a response through the use of insults on online forums and social media sites. A troll will personally attack your child, aiming to make them angry and provoke a response. 10. Catfishing. Catfishing involves stealing online identities and recreating social networking profiles for deceptive purposes. Catfishers look at your child's profile and take information to create a fake persona. This could involve using personal information, potentially damaging your child's online reputation. Please share this video with other parents to help spread awareness and put a stop to cyberbullying.
So I want to take a minute and how does everybody feel after that video? Is there something you'd like to share? Something you may take away from that video?
Dr. Phil has a lot of like people on there that have gone through all that.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to share what they thought of that video?
I thought it was very helpful to know all that because I've been through it a couple times, and it's really a shame. It's really shameful that people do that to other people.
Yeah, I agree.
I didn't know there were so many kinds of
Me neither.
cyberbullying.
When I first started looking into more information about this, I thought there was in-person bullying. I thought there was harassment, which could be in person or cyber, and then cyberbullying. But I didn't think there was a whole wide array of different types of online bullying.
I never heard of framming either. Frapping? I've never heard of that. That's the first time I ever heard of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, like Cassidy said, that is weird. That I've never heard of that.
Me neither. Before this, me neither. Okay.
I have a question. Does everybody on here have a phone? If you have a phone, raise your hand. Okay, do you get text messages? Raise your hand. Do you, on your phone, is your phone a smartphone? If it is, okay. Cassie, did you want to say something?
Does an iPhone count?
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Mm.
So just having those devices opens us up to cyberbullying. And okay.
So let's see here. We'll go back to the PowerPoint. So, oops. Before we get started with my portion of the how to prevent unwanted interactions, I know Deb, you wanted to share a story.
Yes. Well, first of all, how many of you have on your phone received a text that said, hey, you've won a prize? Okay. How many of you received a text from people you don't know? And let's see. So there are ways, and it's okay with you, Jamie, that I can talk about what happened. I have an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
And this morning, I received a text, and it said it was from 20 people. I have never been in a group chat like that size ever.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, my phone kept saying, ding, ding. Someone was responding to that text. They're saying, who is this? Stop bothering me. I'm 11 years old. I'm only 8. All these things were coming up. And I kind of went into a panic thinking, this is awful. If there are young people getting these, what is going on? And I did not know any of them, but I saw that I had 20 people, right? So what I ended up doing is I touched the 20 people and see where it says I'm going to push that, all right? And then it listed everybody that was getting the text, all right? And so then I thought, well, how can I stop this? So what I did, and what I've learned for an iPhone, how many of you have an iPhone? Mostly everybody? Okay, anyone have, what kind do you have, Jamie?
I have a Samsung Galaxy.
Okay, so we're gonna go through both, but anyway, I'm like, how do I get rid of all these things? So I had to handwrite every single phone number. And then I had to go to my phone book, my contacts, right? Okay, hang on, I just want to clear that off, sorry. It happened this morning, so I didn't get to prepare. So I had to go to my contacts, and I had to create a brand new contact with that phone number, even though I don't know who it was. But I went ahead, created a whole new contact, and then, so let's pretend, I'll just, Jamie, I'm going to put yours on here, that way I can always add you back on, okay? So, so I have this phone number, and I plugged in the number. I'm sorry, I don't have the same little thing that Jimmy has, but if you keep scrolling down, let's see. Maybe it's edit. Okay, so you go to edit, and then I can delete her in the very bottom. Okay, where it says delete. I keep going, and then I can delete her. All right, and they're going to ask me, "Are you sure?" And I'm going to say, "Yeah." So if I deleted her from my phone book, she can't send me any messages, and I won't know who she is when she calls. So the other thing is, on your iPhone, you can go into settings. You guys know what settings looks like? I'll show you. You don't. You see right here? Settings. Okay. So I'm going to push settings. I'm going to try to do this. And then I'm going to go scroll down to messages. And then I'm going to hit block. So I still got another message. It didn't get rid of the whole thing, but I was able to block to this point where I only have the one person that's still on there. Okay. So if you get a text like this, don't respond to it. Does that make sense? Why don't you want to respond to it? Who knows why you don't want to respond to it? All right, Chris Brandon, unmute yourself.
This is Griffin.
Okay, Griffin, why don't you want to respond to that text?
Because it might be somebody else because it might be a police officer on the other line.
Well, it could be a police officer, but it could be someone you don't know. So the number one rule with using your phone is if you do not recognize the person calling you,
delete it.
Well, first of all, don't answer it. Okay? So if the message is important enough, they will leave a message. So you do not have to answer the phone every time it rings. All right?
Yeah.
If you do pick it up, you could subject yourself to spam.
Can
right?
I ask you something?
Yes.
Now, if it is somebody that you know and like they changed their number, how can you tell?
Okay, then you may have to text them, hey, who is this?
Okay.
Okay? Or if you let the phone ring, they will tell you, hey, this is John, I changed my number, and they'll leave a message. If it's somebody you don't know, there's no reason why you have to pick up the phone. Is anybody comfortable with not doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Just let the phone ring?
Yeah.
It's easy. So that's one step of preventing someone from bullying you. Okay, any questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay, let's go ahead, Jamie, with your demonstration.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. All right. Then. Okay. Well, then, yeah, I'll just have to come and see. And yeah, and I'm already on the west side.
Okay.
So yeah, that makes it even better. Because she stayed right on Sullivan. Yeah. That's yeah. I'll be at your house like 5 or 10 minutes.
So we're gonna start with Facebook, and I created a new
I
profile
think
for this.
we need to mute everybody again.
Okay.
We get done enough time about Sullivan to help us decorate the house too, if we got the time. Yeah, I want to do that.
Mute. Okay. We've got everybody muted for now. And if you guys have any questions at all, Deb, if you want to just let me know if somebody raises their hand, or you can type it in the chat, either way. So I'll go ahead and share my screen again. And let's see. Okay, so with Facebook, a way that we can keep ourselves safe is we go directly into the settings. So if you saw what I did there, you go to these three little lines right here. And then those are all your different things that you can do on Facebook. You go all the way to the bottom where it says settings and privacy. And then from there, the different settings, you can do security and login. So there's different things you can do. You can either set up, you can change your password every so often so that people can't hack into your account. Or let's see, if I search settings, go blocking. So you can add anybody to that blocked list and they cannot contact you. They can't add you as a friend. They cannot message you, any of those.
Okay, can you do that one more time, that whole process?
Yeah. So go to settings. Oops. So you click on settings there at the bottom. And then you go click on settings right here. And then to block someone, you can just search the word block. There you go, blocking. And you can add someone to the list. You can type their name. Let's see. So then I could block Deb if I wanted to. And also privacy shortcuts. So here is where you can look at all the different things that you can block other people from seeing, whether that's reviewing what you're posting and who can see it. So you can post certain things where only friends can see it, or only a certain list of your friends can see it. You can do that, or you can completely make your whole profile private so that when someone tries to look you up, they can't see any of your information. So right now, I believe my profile is public because it's a new one that I set up. And so they can see, anybody can see all the information about me that I currently have on here. So you'd be able to see everything.
So when you are public, does that set you up for people pretending to be a friend and requesting friends?
Yep. Anytime you see this little, oops, that little icon that looks like a globe, that means your whatever you post or whatever you're sharing is public. So anybody, even if they're not your friend, can see what you're posting. So even if you're not my friend, you can see I grew up in Texas. You can see that I currently live in Columbus. So this is public to anybody. If you know my name, you can search my profile and see any of this public information. Now, down here, do you see a little icon that looks like a group of people? That means that's something that only my friends can see. Does that make sense?
So the other one that looks like a globe, anyone in the world can see.
Yep. And then,
And then when you have a group of people, it's just your friends.
yep. Let's see if we go back to settings. So this is your personal information. I'll go ahead and keep that private for now. Another way that people can get to you, and it's someone you don't even know, is there's a bunch of different games that you can play on Facebook. Now, if you allow people to, they can get your personal information, the stuff that's in here, they can get that by the games that you play on Facebook. So if you set that up that they do not get any sort of information from you playing games, then you're safe. But you have to go into your settings and make sure you set that up in here. Okay.
Okay, can you do that again?
Mhm.
From the beginning where you created this public Facebook page. Does anybody remember what, you can unmute yourself. Anyone remember what public display means?
I do.
Okay,
Public means that anybody can see it.
Mhm.
Private means that certain people can only see it.
Mhm.
Like
Yes.
family, friends, but the people that you do not know cannot see it.
Yep.
okay. So by Miss Jamie creating her Facebook page here and making it public, can people take your pictures, Jamie?
Yes. So I only, because this is a new profile, let's see here. So this is a new profile. I only have one picture on here. So if I go to my photos and then I go to uploads, that if someone wanted to share, like download this picture to use somewhere else, all they'd have to do is go to the picture and hold, and then they can save to their phone, and then they can upload it themselves.
So if they upload your photo, does that mean it could be given to anyone?
Yep. Now there is a way, I can't do it because, can we make sure we're all unmuted? I mean, muted, I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right, okay. Give me just a second. I believe someone got disconnected.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to tell you that Heather shared, let's see. A year, wait. Let's see. It's important to be safe, but sometimes we get caught in the middle of this craziness. Let's see. Heather also said it happened to her daughter and someone used her identification and said it was her. And she ended up, somebody hit her because they thought that she said whatever it was. So she said it was a year ago, but she was fine, but got suspended for fighting for 3 days, even though she was hit and did not hit back. Yes. I mean, this is a consequence of cyberbullying and why it's really important to protect your personal information.
I want to show you guys. I wasn't going to do this before, but it's okay. So I want to show you guys my real profile and the difference between a public one and a private one.
Jamie, can you adjust your lighting? Because it looks pretty light. I don't know, the lighting that's on your, yeah, that's better. Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so this one is my real one. And this one, I have it set to private. So really all you can see is this information because that's what I allow. And then from that, you can only see my profile picture. Profile pictures are typically public. So there's no way to change that. All profile pictures are just automatically public. But really, that's all you can see is the little bit that I have public, and which is mostly my profile pictures. And you can't see anything I post. I post pretty frequently, but as you can see, there's pretty large gaps in what I post because this is only what is public. And the only way you can see more is if you add me as a friend. Now, I will say you can still, like I said, they're public, so you can still save the pictures to your phone. So I will tell you that. But if you go into, let's say if you go into my photos, oops, the camera.
We're seeing double.
Yeah. Just a second. Sorry. Ooh, this is stop share. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not sure what's glitching. Oh no.
Still glitching, huh?
Yeah. Technical difficulties.
Okay, so while you're fixing that up, so how many of you have your own Facebook page? Raise your hand if you have your own Facebook page. Okay. Are yours public or private?
Private.
Private? How about, is it Chris?
Yeah.
You're Chris, right? Okay.
Yeah.
And Ben? Do you have a Facebook page? Yes? And let's see. Can you unmute yourself, Ben? Okay, there you go.
Yes,
So do you have it private or do you have it public?
it's pretty much public because people see my pictures and my comment and stuff.
Mm-hmm. How many of you have been ever asked by someone you don't know to be a friend?
To be a friend.
Yeah, like if someone sends a friend request and you don't know them.
Yeah, I receive that all the
many-
time.
You have received them? How about you, Chris?
Yeah.
Yeah? And
I unfriend them all the time.
you what?
I unfriend them all the time.
You friend them all the time?
You
Unfriend.
unfriend.
Unfriend them. Yeah, that's one way to keep you safe. So what you got there, Jamie?
Okay, so I wanted to show you guys. So, oops, too bright. So I typically use Facebook as my storage space for pictures. So I have probably 5,000 pictures over the last 10 years. It's over the last 10 years, and it's like family and events and any picture that has ever been given to me or I've taken, I have it saved on my Facebook. But if you are not my friend, you can't see any of those. All you can see is one video and my profile pictures.
Okay.
But yeah, you can't see any of that if you are not my friend on Facebook. You can see, you can't even see photos that I'm tagged in. All you see is the few things that I have public, so different work related things and my profile pictures. But yeah, you can't see all the thousands of pictures that I have saved on here. And let's go back to the settings. And I want to just go over all the different ways we can keep ourselves safe and the different settings that you can change to make your profile more private. Security and login. So one way is that Facebook will notify you anytime someone logs in to your profile that it isn't a recognized device somewhere you've never logged in before. Let's say, okay, you're not supposed to do this, but let's say you decide to use Facebook at work and you've never done it before. You'll get a notification that someone logged in and it'll have the GPS location of where you're logged in. But let's see the other side of that. Let's say it's someone else is trying to log into your Facebook. It will still notify you, okay, you live in Columbus, Ohio, but you're getting a login from middle of nowhere, Texas. And it will notify you, and then you can reject that so that they are not able to log in. And then it'll tell you, we recommend you changing your password. Does that make sense? All these different, let's see, safe browsing. So say you want to be extra safe, and let's say you're underage, under the age of 18, and maybe your parents don't want you seeing certain things. You can actually go into this setting and it will block different explicit or graphic images from even being able to be viewed. You'll never be able to search for graphic or lewd images or pictures, or they'll never be able to be sent to you. And then if you see down here, if you think your account was hacked, then you would click on here, and Facebook will temporarily lock your account so that nobody else can get into it. And then it'll give you a chance to change your password to something stronger so that nobody else can get into it at a later date.
So all of this is in Facebook settings.
Yep. So let me go back to the beginning. So here I am. This is when you first log into Facebook. This is the main thing. And you would go click on those three little lines at the top. And then you scroll all the way to the bottom. Click on settings. And then you click on settings again. And here are all your different types of settings that you can change. And then profile and tagging. So you can block who posts on your profile. You can block what others post, or who can see what others post on your profile. If you don't like that anybody can just tag you in a picture, you can set it so that you have to review a tag before you can approve it, before it's shown on your profile. And
what is a tag?
Tag, so say someone takes a picture of you and they post it on their Facebook, and it's a friend or a family member, and they want to link your Facebook page to that picture, by your photo. So they'll click on a little square over your face and a drop list of different names will come up, and it's different Facebook profiles. And all they have to do is type in your name and click on it, and it will link that picture to your Facebook page so that it will come up on their profile and it will come up on your profile as well. Does that make sense, Deb?
Yeah.
Okay. So do we feel comfortable with the different settings on Facebook, or would you like me to go into any more detail, or can I move on to the next app? What do you all think?
You moved on to the next one.
Okay. All right. So the next one we're going to do is Instagram. Now, I asked you guys not to judge me because I didn't create a fake one for this one. So if you see any of my stuff, don't judge me.
Okie doke.
Nice hairdo.
Okay. So my profile. This is what you can see if you are my friend. You can see all of those pictures, which is a lot. Again, don't judge me. But if you log out, let's see, settings, log out, then let's see, how do I do this? Let's see. No, that's not what I want.
How many people have Instagram?
Nope, not anymore.
Who said that?
Two.
You used to have it?
Yeah.
Ben, do you have it?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
So what I wanted to show you here is, this is my profile, but this is what you would see if you are not my friend on Instagram, which is absolutely nothing other than my my bio on Instagram. But you can't see any of these pictures. You won't be able to see any of my followers. You won't be able to see who I'm following. So mine is completely private. Can't get access to it. I know there is a way to be hacked, but if your account is private, that is going to give you the best chance of not getting any sort of hack or getting any sort of unwanted message. People can try to add me as a friend or request me as a friend, but I have to deny or accept.
Hey, Jamie, I noticed that you had on your bio some information. Can you have even less information about yourself on there?
Yeah, you can. This is what I feel comfortable sharing. I know people who have a lot more information in their bio about themselves. But if I didn't want to share this, I could very easily, let's see. Let's see here. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go to my bio, edit profile. I can very easily delete all of this so that none of that shows, or I can change it to stuff like, let's see, I can just do this quote that I like. And so now you can't really see anything other than my name. Just ignore this part. But if you were not my friend, you would only see that top.
So it's probably a good idea if you're going to be private, to keep the information, be very careful about what information you do share.
Mm-hmm. And what you can do here, let's see, if we go to privacy, click on private account. So the account is private, and then you can block people. Let's see. Why is it not working? Okay. You can restrict your different accounts.
What does that mean?
So without having to block people, like say, let's say I have my boss on Instagram, and I like having her as a friend on my Instagram, but I may not want her to see what I do on the weekends. So I can go into here and add her profile to restricted accounts so that she can only see what I let her see.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So it seems like no one on here has Instagram. Am I getting that right?
What kind of apps do you all have?
I do have Instagram.
If someone does have Instagram, great. So do you use private settings for that?
Yes.
What other apps do you guys like to use? What other social media apps do you use?
Is Marco Polo considered one? I have Marco Polo too. It's like a video walkie-talkie.
Oh, I haven't heard of that one.
Is it fun to use?
Yeah, I love using it because I can't always text. and if I'm driving or if I'm working, and some of the people that I work with, they can't read to do text. And because my schedule's different than theirs, it's a way that I can send them a quick little video and then they can watch it at their convenience and respond.
Does that have privacy as well on it?
That's what I'm wondering after being
Oh,
here
well-
today, because I'm learning.
Well, we can learn about that.
Yeah, I can definitely look into that. But I'm thinking because it's like a walkie-talkie, that it's just a two-way thing and it's not like something open to the World Wide Web. Now, granted, if there's definitely people that are smarter than me that can actually like get into different programmings and like hack them if they really wanted to. So I'm thinking that would be the only way, and then maybe they talk to you. But if you're not posting any sort of pertinent information, if you're not sharing any pertinent information on there, I don't think that you're at too much of a risk, but I may be wrong.
Well, I just went into the privacy settings while we were talking, and it says there is an option to restrict people from saving what they call them polos, to restrict saving polos I've sent to them. So unless I mean, somebody that I sent a video, I guess they could post it. Because like you said, there's smart people out there. I'm not one of them, but they're out there. But I could actually do that if I wanted to. So that is an option.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good to know. Thank you. I'm going to check that out. Because we work with a lot of people who don't read.
Yeah. And Heather, you mentioned my vice. So Heather said that she has TikTok. Now, that is a very, very, very addicting app. And also one that can very well, Heather says, I hate TikTok, but my daughter is on it. Yeah. It's a really cool app and you can have a lot of fun. but there are a lot of dangers to it as well. I think so. I'll share two different things. I'll share a lighthearted thing, and I'll share something I learned that was very serious. Lighthearted, most of my videos that I come across are like silly dog videos or silly cat videos. And I'm very intentional in what I tend to follow, so that my algorithm, what is shown to me, is very G-rated and not something that is going to upset me or upset those around me if I show them something. But I will say one thing I did learn a couple of months back was that it can also be used to do a lot of harm. Someone, and I will put a verbal trigger warning. I am about to mention self-harm and suicide. But someone shared a video of someone committing suicide on TikTok. They had committed suicide on Facebook Live, I believe last year, and someone found that video and uploaded it to TikTok, and it was going rampant for about a week, where it was, and I'll show you guys what I mean by this, but there's the following page, the different people that you follow, but then there's also a For You page, and it's that algorithm that I was telling you about, how there's different videos that will be sent to you based on what you like to watch. And this one was being shared so much that it was ending up on everybody's For You page. And I'm very thankful that I stayed away from that for that whole week so that I wouldn't see that. But I saw different news articles saying that it was a nationwide problem that they were sharing this. And it just goes to show how quickly something can be shared on the internet. So I'll go ahead and go into TikTok and show you all different safety features that you can use on TikTok. Excuse me. Let me share my screen here. Okay, so up here, this is all the pages that I'm following are going to come up on this one, and let's just take a minute to watch this funny video. They tricked him into thinking he ate it when they tossed the food at him, but his dad was eating him. So those are the kind of silly videos that I watch. And then, so that's following. So okay, but if I'm weird. For You is different videos that TikTok thinks you would like. So it could be any silly video. And that's the For You page. Now, my personal page is private. I did set it to private, so I have a couple of videos here. It's beginning to look a lot like, so you can't really tell here, but I did a slow motion of the snow falling.
Because she's from Texas, there doesn't snow there.
Yeah, I'm not used to the snow. But if you go into the settings, privacy, I have it enabled as a private account. So only the people that are following me can see what I post. So if I go back here, let's see here. If I go back, so I only have 15 followers, and I'm following a significant amount more than that. I only have 15 followers, and it's just friends, family, people on here that I happen to know. I'm just gonna make sure that we're all muted here. Let's see. Mute. Mute. Okay. And then I'll go ahead and share screen again.
I have a quick question for those that are watching. How many have a TikTok account? Anybody on here?
I had one, but then I deleted it because I couldn't figure it out. And I had heard, at that time I heard they were getting rid of it. So I said, oh, I guess I don't need to figure it out. So I just deleted it.
Don't do it. It'll take over your whole life.
Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
But if I'm wearing
So TikTok, for those of you who don't know, is a social media app where people can post 15-second or 60-second videos. And it could be of literally anything. So if I go back to mine, I've done, we'll click on this one. So I did a video for my sister's birthday of different pictures of us. And people who are much more tech savvy than me
but if I'm wearing this,
can take regular videos. Let's watch a cat video.
Tobin High. Suja. One Kenko. Suja. Shabini.
I don't know what he's doing there. I think he's using the cat to measure the snow. So my For You page right now, because I keep watching videos of the snow, is a bunch of funny dog or cat videos playing in the snow. I think I watched one right before logging on here where huskies were playing in 30 inches of snow, and they were like jumping into the snow and then disappearing under a pile of snow, and it was hilarious. But yeah, so that's just a way for you to stay safe on TikTok. I can also link different pages to my TikTok. So if someone, let's say someone follows me on TikTok and they would like to follow more of my social media accounts, I can link multiple accounts. Right now I only have my Instagram. So they can just click on that little icon and there's my Instagram, and they can find me on Instagram. Now that could get dangerous if I had a public account, but since it is private, I'm not too concerned.
Okay, Jamie, Tony asked in the chat, can't you do videos on Instagram?
Yes, you can. I can go ahead and show you all exactly how to do that. If I go Instagram. So you can do, they have a feature, there's different videos that you can do. They have a feature similar to TikTok. It's called Reels.
Put the fucking mic on.
Oh, sorry.
Oops.
Sorry about that language. But they have different videos that you can post. Or if you want to create your own video, you can either add a video that you have in your phone saved, or let's see here, add different videos. Oh, let's not.
Okay, so as far as safety, our focus is on really focusing on creating private pages. Is in Instagram, right? In TikTok and in Facebook.
in any social media app, you want to be as private as you can with your stuff. Now it's free will. So if you want to have a public account, you definitely can. But I would suggest keep yourself as safe as possible to privatize anything and everything that you have on the internet. I know we've all heard it a million times, but what's shared on the internet cannot be erased. So you want to be really careful what you're putting out in the World Wide Web. And any way that you can keep yourself safe, keep your loved ones safe, or if there are parents on right now, keeping your children safe. Just making sure everything is private and sharing limited information and being really smart about who you're sharing your personal information with, whether it's public postings or private conversations. You want to make sure that you're not sharing too much of yourself. I will share another personal story. My mom, when I first started with social media, I was, I believe, 16 when she first let me get at the time, MySpace account. And she made me get one with my cousin having password access to my social media. If I got myself in a situation that was unsafe, he was my backup person. And I was not allowed to post anything without her permission first. I was not allowed to share my location or anything like that. And she was very much the rules, and I have to follow the rules if I wanted to be on social media. Now, I'll tell you, she was a little bit of a hypocrite, a little bit, because she got Facebook and I've had to tell her, Mom, you need to be careful with what you post, because she will share her location. If she is watching movies at home, she will share her GPS location that she's at home. And anybody can go in and search and know exactly where her home is. And she doesn't have any of her accounts private. They're all public. She has probably about 1,000 followers on Facebook. And a lot of those people she doesn't know. And she's like, oh, but they're my online friends. Well, that's not very safe. So I try to advise her of different ways to keep herself safe. And yeah, it's the best you can do, is advising people around you and those that you love to be safe, and just keep everything on lockdown. Don't share anything too personal about yourself. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything at all having to do with any social media apps? I'm here.
Well, go ahead and unmute everybody, Jamie. Thinking about that location, you know how people take pictures of their dinner? They're out to dinner and they take pictures and then they say where they are. Well, if someone knows that you're not home, your home could be fair game to a burglary. So less is more is always a good idea. Does anyone else have any stories that have happened to them?
I do.
You do?
Yep.
What happened?
Well, let's just say I was online searching for a girlfriend, and somehow I found one, which I thought she was the right one. But unfortunately, since my mom, which is my birth mother, and her boyfriend, TJ, somehow looked up her info, her real name wasn't Melissa Harvey. It was Katie Banks, the porn model.
Oh, that's not good. So,
Yeah, so I broke up with her like a hammer on a nail.
that's a good idea. And so when someone says there's somebody, how many of you have watched the show Catfish? Yeah. I mean, people pretend that they're this beautiful model and and people they're not talking to each other like you and I are on this Zoom. And so they may be talking on the phone, but you don't know who you're talking to. So Catfish is a great way to understand misuse of social media, for sure. I'm sorry
Absolutely.
what happened to you.
That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody else have any stories they'd like to share, or maybe a question that they have?
Table.
Yeah, sure.
A small table.
Sure.
I got something to share, but it's not very happy. I had a helper, a young man who used to help me work at the church a couple times a month, and he met people online, and he kind of kept it a secret because not everybody knew, and they bullied him. And they actually told him to take medications, to take more than he was supposed to take, and thought it was funny. Well, he's now dead. He died. And that just happened a few months ago. And so when I found out about this class, I'm like, I need to come, I need to learn more about this, because I want people to know, not just because everybody that you talk to online is not necessarily your friend.
Mhm.
And we have to be very aware of this as parents and leaders in the community and friends of ours, so that we can educate everybody, because I don't want anybody to go through this ever, if we can stop this. And
Absolutely.
I still miss him very much.
Oh, I'm so sorry that happened. I can't imagine. We just felt this was a very important topic, especially
It is.
since some people are learning how to handle a new phone, maybe the first phone in their life.
Mhm.
And, all of a sudden they have this technology in their hands, and it's really a lot of fun, but there's a lot of responsibility too.
Mhm.
So if you guys have ever been bullied, or like this gentleman with the green mask on was sharing, what had happened, someone came in and helped him, to process that. We hope to, at least if you learn anything from this, is to be careful who you share your personal information with. So I have a question. So if someone calls you on the phone and you don't recognize their number, do you pick it up? Is it okay
sorry,
just to let it go to voicemail?
Normally,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. They'll call you back or leave you a message. How about if you, I don't know if you've ever gotten a phone call and it said spam alert. Do you open that? Do you pick up that phone call?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Nope. You don't need to pick it up. Okay, what if someone calls you and they say they are from the Social Security office?
Nope.
Nope.
Social Security is not going to call you. So if someone ever asks you for your Social Security number, do not give it to them.
No.
Okay?
Okay.
And also, someone calls and does that, just hang up on them. You don't owe them anything. But the best policy is, if you don't know who it is, don't pick up the phone.
Right.
And if you're having trouble, it's okay to talk to a friend, a coworker, or a family member to get the help that you need to work out whatever is going on.
And that actually touches on something I wanted to say before we get off here, is it's always a good idea to have a support person when you're on social media, someone you can turn to if maybe something's going on that you don't understand, or maybe just someone to keep things accountable for you and for anybody you're interacting with. So having a support person who has your login information, a trusted person that has your login information, and is able to help you identify threats or anything that is not safe for you.
Or if someone says, hey, I want you to look at this, I've gotten a text and one said, "I've been trying to reach you." Well, I don't recognize the phone number. I'm not going to pick it up. I figure if they're trying to reach me, they will leave a voicemail. So sometimes people use messages that kind of make us fearful that maybe we should answer that phone call. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah,
Nope.
Daniel.
Hi, I'm Daniel, and I have a Stylo 5 Android, and I have Facebook, and I've been scrolling down all these friends lists trying to find people that I know, and it showed these women shown like these pictures of inappropriate stuff. Career, and I'm going to talk about the rest, but
Yeah.
it bothered me, and I just go ahead and just remove those videos. Remove them.
Yep.
And my sister, she's very, very, she's very funny about not talking to people on FaceTime because she don't trust anybody on FaceTime. So she talks to me on just regular phone. And she has COVID, so yeah.
You said that's your sister?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if it's someone that you know, if you FaceTime with her, it would be someone that you know. Yeah, I think the moment you click on one of those friend things, it grabs you. And you don't know what else is going to be coming your way. So it's best just to, once in a while, go through your friend list and delete.
Yeah.
I know mine do for that.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that very good job.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so with that, I do want to share my work contact information. If anybody has any questions or anything they want to talk about or something they want to work on with me, definitely you can reach out to me. I'll go ahead and share my contact information. I'll go ahead and share my screen so that you can have that. You'll just allow me 1 second. I'll get that up for you. Let's see. And of course, my computer is messing up.
It's probably the signal.
Huh. Let's see.
You want to put it in chat?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that because
You muted or unmuted?
with my computer. Let's see. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my name, my number, and my email in the chat. And if you guys have any questions at all, you can definitely reach out to me.
Right there. It says more.
And there's a lot of YouTube videos on, so let's say you forgot something that we talked about tonight. There are some how-to videos there, like how to block someone on your phone, how to delete a person. So if you just basically type in basic information like that, there are some teachable moments on YouTube.
Absolutely. But like I said, there's my contact information. If you want to go over any of this stuff again, definitely reach out. We are not working in the office right now. So if you call that number, leave your name and a voicemail, and I'll call you back as soon as we can. And then email is probably going to be the best way to contact me. Send me an email anytime.
Yeah, the Center for Disability Empowerment is an independent living center. So we do different types of planning. So for the parents on this call, if you feel like you need more one-on-one with your child or your adult child on this topic or on anything reaching out for goals, Jamie would be a great first contact to see how we can assist you in that. Because that's something that we love to do. We love to empower people to be as independent as possible, but be safe in that process. And I think right? And so I know, Jamie, you mentioned something about a party.
Yes.
It's an online party.
Yes, it is. Let me go ahead and pull up the flyer, but we are going to be having a party, an online holiday party tomorrow via Zoom. And we are doing it with our friends here in Ohio, but we're also doing it with some friends that I have in Texas.
Oops. It's in
So you'll
more.
get to meet some new people.
It's in the more thing.
So if you can see the screen here, it says
Go in the more and get it.
holiday party during these difficult times. Let's come together virtually and spread some joy. Join us through Zoom when December 18th. Ohio time would be from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Wear a Christmas hat or any sort of holiday attire that you want to wear. And I can go ahead and email you all the link to register so that you can join us.
All right.
And I know we'll be doing some games. We'll be doing some karaoke, I think.
Yep.
And
We'll be doing karaoke and some games, and we'll get to show off our favorite holiday treat. Go ahead and bring yours, whatever holiday treat you would like to bring. We're going to show them off. Just have a good time.
Sweet.
so I have one more question while I got you guys on here. I am thinking about starting an adult twice a month for people who are over 18 and for adults who have intellectual or developmental disability to just get together twice a month on Friday nights and just like have a chat time like we're doing right this very moment. Just getting to know each other, what's on your mind, what do you want to share. I think, trying to reach out to you guys during COVID has been very difficult. And we really know that everybody feels isolated at home. We miss seeing our friends face to face. So Zoom is our best way to do it. From a show of hand, are any of you might be interested in being a part of that? But you guys look like you're all over the age of 18. So you raise your hand if you'd be interested in being a part of that. Because I can send you an invite to that once we get that arranged. Okay, got it.
No, thank you. I'm good.
You're good? Okay. And your name?
Talking to you, you
Huh?
say your name. Your name.
Oh, my name is Adrian Tyler Chris.
Okay, so if you get the invite and you're not interested, you do not need to respond to it.
All right, thanks.
All right, perfect.
I'm in.
All right, good. Well, listen, have a wonderful holiday. Be safe. Keep wearing those masks like you guys are doing there. Awesome job. And hopefully we'll see each other all again.
Okay.
And thank you, Jamie, for leading this.
Absolutely. Thank you all for joining us. We will be sending out a archive of this video. We'll also be sending out a evaluation for you guys to fill out for us. And again, if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me.
All right.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Be good.
Isn't that
Mhm.
bad?